Okay, so let's start the session. So in today's class, we are going to discuss the next one topic called as data types. Okay, so now before moving into the data types, so let's have a look on what is meant by data type and what are the different data types are available and what is the purpose of data type, all these things one by one. Now, just before this one, so generally, for example, this is a one, there is a person called as SRK, some person SRK, and the any person, not only SRK, any person is staying means somewhere he has to stay, somewhere he has to be located. So where he is going to be located means in a building. That building might be a duplex, or it might be an apartment, or it might be a group house, or it might be an independent house, or it might be a commercial building like Naresh IT, or whatever it is. But person will stay inside a building, some building, right? Now, what is the type of the building? Second one is the building is what is the type of the building? Different types of buildings we are having. And next one is we are having the address of the building. For this one address will be there. And for the same thing we are having in terms of name of the building. Name of building. Right? Now a person is staying means like this we are to have and name of the building and type of the building and finally address. Address is required for the communication purpose. Now same way here we are having some value. Okay, in Python we are having some value which we are going to store. Now whatever the value we are having, that value will be stored inside a object. Here that building I told you now, that building is called as object. In the object the value will be stored. Now type of the object, there are different types of objects are there, and this type of the object will be decided based on the value, and type of the object only is called as data type. It will be decided based on the value. What are the value you are storing? It decides based on that. So one person will be interested to stay in a independent house. One person will be interested to stay in the apartments. One person will be interested to stay in the gated community. So in different persons will be interested to stay in a different locations in a different building types. So the same way here different values we are going to store in a different objects. And for each object we are going to have the address, and whatever the value is there, the value will be stored inside a variable. So it is called as variable name. So here name of the building is nothing but variable name. Okay, and type of the object is nothing but data type. And whatever you are going to store inside that is called as value. So based on the value, it will select the data type automatically. Python will select the data type automatically based on the value. So it is called as dynamic programming. Okay, so Python, what are the Python we are having? So if I take the nodes, okay, so in Python, the data type is assigned automatically. Data type assigned automatically based on value. Means based on the right side, whatever the value is there, based on that data type will be assigned. Data type assigned automatically based on the value, which we call it as dynamic programming. This concept is called as dynamic programming. Okay, so data type is assigned automatically based on the value. This concept is called as dynamic programming, and Python is a dynamic programming. Now values, what are the values we are having? So here single values are there, multiple values are there. So you can store a single value inside an object. You can store a single value inside an object in a object, or you can store multiple values in an object. Multiple values in a object. So if you want to store single value inside the object, they are called as fundamental data types. Fundamental data types. And if you are able to store multiple values inside the object, they are called as advanced data types or containers. Advanced data types or containers. Okay. So you can store a single value inside an object. You can store multiple values inside an object. So based on your value, it will take automatically. Okay. It will take automatically. So what are the fundamental data types we are having is int. First one is integer in int. Simply we call it as int. Second one is float. Okay. We call it as float only. Second one is float data type. And third one is boolean. We call it as bool. And fourth one is string. We call it as str. In Python, it is str. So all these four of them will store the single value in an object. So int object, this object is this object will store single value of numerical data with no decimal. It will store a single value of numerical data with no decimal. Then automatically it will assign to the int. You are writing right side a numerical value without decimal means it will be set automatically to int. If you are trying to store any single value of numerical data with decimal, it will take automatically in the float. And if you are trying to store any value, a single value of either true or false, caps lock TRUE or FALSC. Out of these two, if you are trying to store, it will take automatically into the boolean. And any non-text, non-numerical data other than above three, anything comes under strings only. And for strings, we have to keep in the inverted quotes, either single quotes or double quotes. Inside that, we have to write. String. Yes. Just can you wait for another 5 minutes? We'll enter into that. Okay. So here we are having in terms of strings where we are having with respect to the text data with anything above. So here text data, true also text data only, but it not comes under string type. So text data, any text data other than true or false, that is with respect to either true or false, this comes under strings, right? Now, if text data, what are the text data we are having? The text data can have in terms of multiple characters. The characters might be a numeric character. The character might be a text character. It might be a special character. It is a combination of multiple things. So strings, what are the strings we are having? It's a combination of multiple characters, where the characters can be text, numeric, and special characters. Anything can be there. It no need to be of only text, or it no need to be of only numeric or anything else. So it can be of anything. And it is quoted inside the inverted commas. Right? Now, as one more student is asking the question, as we are having the complex, there is a data type called as complex, which is used to store the complex numbers. But here we are not going to discuss that complex numbers. Reason behind that is in the entire data science, never will work on the complex numbers. There is no use of discussion on complex numbers. In the entire data science, you'll never come across the complex numbers because they're having the imaginary part. Imaginary part analysis will not be there. They're imaginary only. So complex number data types are not required in the data science particularly, right? And who are working exclusively on the max, some people will work on the complex number theories. Some people will work on some others. According to that, they will learn. But in the data science, we no need to enter into the complex numbers, and we are not going to work on the complex numbers because we are never going to use that one. But this is also one of the data type where it will store a single value of numerical data only. It is also a numerical data basically with imaginary part, which is having a imaginary part, a numerical data with imaginary part. So 2 plus 3i. What is 3i? What is I? 2 plus 3i means where 2 is the real part and this is the imaginary part where I is square root of minus 1. But that concept is not required here. But basically they are also numbers, imaginary numbers, real numbers. But here we are not going to enter into that particular part, right? Strings means it is a combination of multiple characters with respect to text, numeric and anything else. So these all 5 of them comes under, particularly we are going to majorly focus on the 4 of them. Unnecessarily no need to discuss of the complex numbers. These 4 of them are called as fundamental data types, and all these fundamental data types will store only a single value inside a object. Now let's take with an example and we'll understand one by one, each one detailedly one by one. In today's class, we are going to see what are the fundamental data types and how we can convert from one data type to another data type. That concept is called as typecasting. Okay, in today's class, we are going to cover that. So now here, numerical value with no decimal comes under int. So a is equal to 10. First it will identify right side what is there. So 10 is there, which is a numerical data, which is not having the any decimal value. So it is going to create an object like this, 10 with a. And if I ask print a, it is going to give me the output as 10. Now what is the type of 10? Now function. There is one more function. Earlier we have executed in the previous class, we have completed the print function. Print function is used to print the output. Now today we are going to learn the one more type function is called as type function. Now what is this type function means? Inside the type function you can give either value or variable. Anything is fine. Either you have to give the value or variable. It will give the data type. The output is data type. It returns, it gives the data type as the output. So here I'm going to give the type of 10. If you ask type of 10, it will give the int, or if you ask type of a also, first it will collect what is a. What is a? 10 only now. So it is going to check the 10 only. So it will give the either value you can write inside or you can write the variable name also, and it will give the data type. And ID. ID is one more function. Third function we are going to discuss is ID. Inside this ID also you can give value or variable. Choice is yours. And it is going to return the address of the object, where it is located in the RAM. Address of object in the memory. Address of the object in the memory, that is in the RAM. So one function will have one advantage. Okay, now it is going to give me the address of the object like this, where it is located in the RAM. Okay, now second one is float values. Now if you see here, b is equal to 1, and if I ask print b, what is the b value? 1. And what is the type of b means? It is an int type. Now 1.0, whenever you are having a single dot, automatically it will be considered as the float type. So 1.0 means equal to 1 only now. Equal to 1 value wise, not data type wise. Okay. So whenever you see a one dot, automatically comes under float. So 1.0.1. It is not considered as the float value. Float value means decimal value will be dot will be only one dot, not multiple dots. When you are having the multiple dots like that, it will throw the error. Now, sir, I want to store this one means what I have to do means you have to keep in the inverted commas, because when two dots are there, automatically comes under string only. They are considered as dots now. Earlier it is considered as decimal value. Now it is considered as dots. Like that, infinite number of dots you can write. Okay. So only one dot, a numerical value which is having only one dot on the right side only is considered as the float. Okay. Whether it is a positive number, whether it is a negative number. One dot is there means right side, one dot is there with numerical value means it is considered as the float value. Next one is Boolean. Third one is Boolean, which is either true or false. So right side, if you write true, for example, I'm writing true, that to caps lock T or UE, caps lock T. If you are not using caps lock T and you are using a normal T, it is not considered as a Boolean. It is not a Boolean value. It is a normal general text word. Here you are going to use caps lock T. So caps lock T means only it is considered as a Boolean value. And if you ask what is the type means, it is going to give the Boolean. Or if you take false, it is going to give the Boolean. Other than these two, none of them comes under Boolean. Next, fourth one is called as string data types. Now, what are the strings are there? It is a combination or sequence of characters, where it is a combination of multiple things. The characters can be either numbers or numeric data or special characters, anything. So here, hello, I'm having string is hello. If you write in the single quotes, it is going to print the hello. If you write in the double quotes, it will print the hello. If you write in the triple quotes also, it will give the hello only. So there is no difference in the single quote, double quote, triple quote. Only condition is whatever the quote you are opening, you have to close with the same quote. Quote means nothing but this one. If you are writing what single quote means, you have to close with the single quote. If you are opening with double quotes means you have to close with the double quotes. Is the points are clear, guys? Everyone? Now, next, as one of the student is asking in the chat box, sir, in integer we have taken, it can be neither store positive or negative. I think by mistake it has been written. No, positives and negatives, anything but numerical. So even if it is minus 10 also okay. It is considered as a type of A. If I ask what is the type of A for minus 10 also, it is going to give the int only. Minus or positive or even 0, including 0. One dot is there only, 0.001 also, it is considered as float. Can be neither negative or positive or 0. Sorry. So can be either with respect to negative or positive or 0. Okay. Correct. Either only. It is not neither, either. So either it is negative or positive or 0. Right. Next, coming to the next one called as strings. So in the strings, we are going to store like this. Now the point is, in the strings, these are called as single line strings, one line string. When you are having the multi-line string, it is compulsory you have to use the triple quotes. When you are having a single line string, whether it is single, you are using the single or double or triple, there will be no difference. But when you are using the multi-line string, for example, here I'm using only a single quote. But right side the value is in the multi-line, 2 lines. First line along with the second line also it has continued. And if I ask this one, it will throw the error, syntax error. Syntax error means you are not following the Python rule. As per the Python rule, on the right side, when you are having the strings, that to multi-line, you have to compulsory go with the triple open, triple close you have to do. Then only it will work. Is the point is clear? For one line string, no difference. But when you are going with the multi-line string, triple open, triple quote, close. Right? Now this one, var is equal to 1, 2, 3. What is the type of var1? What is the data type means? Right side, what is the value is there? A 1, 2, 3. It is a numerical data, that to no decimal. Comes under int data type. var2 is equal to inverted commas 1, 2, 3. So whenever you are having the inverted commas 1, 2, 3, automatically it comes under string data type. Once right side strings are added, inverted commas are added, means quotes are added, means automatically it comes under. So now, sir, earlier you told that, see, in these characters, multiple characters, you may use D123 also. You may use D dot 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 123 also, anything. This is one character, second character, third character, fourth character, like that. So you can use the some special characters. These are comes under special characters. Dots, commas, at the rate of, dollar symbol, is equal to, less than. What are the symbols are there? Na? Everything comes under special characters, including the space. If you use the space also, it is also one of the character. These are all called as characters. So it can be anything. Characters can be anything. Number, anything. But they should be in the inverted quotes. Sir, for example, if I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, this is my number 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, if you are using a normal number like this, it will be used as the int type. If you are keeping the same thing in the inverted commas, it goes under string type. Is the point is clear? Now, next one is, we are having the next function called as, so id function is completed. Next type of function is called as length function. Length means it gives the number of characters in the string. Number of characters in a string. In a string or in a advanced data types. As of now, we have discussed only this one. This. Now, most important point to be noted is length function is not applicable on int, float, and boolean. For these three of them, int function, length function is not applicable. Okay. Now, so here I'm having string is equal to hello space 1, 2, 3. Now total how many characters are there? H is one character, 2, 3, 4, 5. This space is sixth character, 7, 8, 9. Total 9 characters are there. Sir, now the same logic, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Length of A. Now what is length of A means? Length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means internally we are having the int data type. For int data type, it is going to throw the error that I can't apply the length function. If you ask for the float data type, it will throw the error called as I can't apply the length function on the float data type. If you ask for the boolean, it will throw the error called as I can't apply the length function on the boolean data type. When you ask the only on the this string function, strings only, length function is applicable. Is the points are clear? Right? Now, next concept we are going to discuss is called as typecasting. Typecasting means converting from one data type to another data type is called as typecasting. Is it clear till now? Anyone having any doubts? So based on the right side value, it will automatically select the data type. Sorry, which separator? Inside the function, that is one of the argument. Now, why you got that question here? Okay. So if any questions unrelevant to the present topic, you can ask at the end so that it will not be confused for others. Okay. Now, so this is the with respect to the data types. One is int, float, boolean, and string. So based on the right side value, it is going to select. Now, next one is called as typecasting, where we are going to typecast with respect to one data type to another data type. Okay. Now, here A is equal to 1. Now, what are the data types we are having is int, float, boolean, and string. So total 4 data types are there. So if you try to convert int into a float, or into a boolean, or into a string, If you try to convert any one of them to another one, it is called as typecasting. Now see here, a is equal to 0. I'm trying to convert int into a float, int into boolean, int into string. How to convert this one means, just here we are going to use one more function called as next function, float of. So what is float of means, value whatever you are writing inside this, it will be converted to float value. If it is possible. If it is possible only. Remember this, if it is possible, otherwise it will throw the error. Okay, so now here I'm going to take in terms of float of a. What is float of a means? First it will collect the a value. What is a value? 0. So for 0, it will try to convert to float as 0.0. Just it will add dot 0 like that. Float, converting to float means adding the dot 0 to the numerical value. Now next, boolean of a. What is boolean of a means? Boolean of 0. Boolean of 0 is nothing but bool of 0 is false, and bool of other than 0 anything is called as true only. Anything else, only 0 is considered as false. Other than 0 anything. For example, if you write inside that minus 25, true. If you take plus 25, true. If you take 25.4, true. And if you write inside the one string, it's called as yes, true. If you write inside the string one space, true. Anything you write inside, apart from the 0, it is true only. Okay, so you am writing here 0.001, it is true. Other than 0, anything is true. Whether it is plus, whether it is minus, or whether it is anything else, it will give the output as true. Right? So the boolean of 0 is output is false, and for remaining things it is true. Next, string of a. Now what is a? A is 0. String of 0 means str of 0 means convert this 0 to a string data type. So how it is going to convert means 0 with inverted quotes like this. Just it will add the inverted quotes. So from this we can conclude that int can be converted to float, int can be converted to boolean, and int can be converted to string. Next, let us go with the now float values, which is 25.99. Int of b means 25. Sir, 25.99 means round figure 26. No sir, it is not round figure, it is int. Int means before to the decimal. Whatever the value before to the decimal is considered as the int. Sir, 26.99 round figure is 26. No sir, I want that one means, then we are having a function called as a round function. Separate function is available for that round. It will give the round number. That is a different function. Here I am not using the round function. Here I am using the int function. Int means before to the decimal, whatever the value is there, it will give that. Right? Next, boolean of b. What is boolean of b means? B bool of 25.99. What is the output of 25.99 of boolean? Which is true. I told other than 0, everything is true. Next, string of b means 25.99. str of 25.99. It is going to give the output as 25.99, just inverted commas like this. It is going to add like this. So this is also possible. Is the points are clear? So int can be converted to float, int can be converted to bool, int can be converted to string. Similarly, float can be converted to int, float can be converted to bool, float can be converted to string. Now next data type. What is the next data type? Boolean. Now let us see whether bool can be converted to int, into float, into string. Let us cross check whether this is possible or not. Now I am converting the bool to int. So int of true. How to convert anything to int means int of you have to write. Int of will convert the internal value to integer. Float of will convert internal value to float. Bool of will convert the internal value to boolean. String of will convert internal value to string. Whatever the internal value is there, that will be converted to string. Okay, these are the 4 different functions. Like how we are having the print function, type function, id function, length function. These are all called as functions. So which will convert to another value. So here int of true is considered as 1 and int of false is considered as 0. Int of true is considered as 1, int of false is considered as 0. And similarly, float of true is considered as 1.0 because int of true is 1 now. For that float means 1.0. Output should be float because you are converting finally to float now. So output should be float. Next, float of false, which is 0.0. Next, string of true. String of true means it is just adding the inverted commas. String of false means again it is adding the inverted commas. So Boolean also can be converted to any other data type. Is the points are clear till now? And last one, the most important one now, strings. Now most important point comes to the strings. This is only important. Why this is only important? Like when compared to others means because strings can have numbers along with the text special characters. But int and float will have only numbers. Clarity is more. And Boolean is having only true or false. That is also clarity more. But strings are having the combinations. Different combinations are there. So that is the reason strings are more important. That is one of the reason. Second, one more reason is there. The reason is input function. That also we'll understand in the today's class, followed by. Okay. Now, strings. What are the strings we are having? I am considering the string is equal to S is equal to first only numbers. Inside the string, only numbers I am taking. In a string, I am considering only numbers, a numerical data. Okay, let us check whether it is possible to convert to int or not. So int of S. Int of S means it has to convert that one to int data type. When it is trying to convert to int data type, the inverted commas will be removed. Once you remove the inverted commas, what is the value? 1, 2, 3. So which is making sense. 1, 2, 3 is 123. So it is making sense. So it will convert. Next, you are asking to convert to float. It will convert to 123.0. Now if you try to convert as bool of anything, inside anything other than 0 will give the output as true only. So, okay. So when you are having the only integer in the string, so it can be converted to int, it can be converted to float, it can be converted to bool. Now let us add here 123.4, one float value. Inside the string, one float value. Now let us try to convert this one to int. This point is important, guys. Understand this one. Int of S. Now let us consider int of S. Earlier I told you int of S means what it has to do? Just it has to remove the inverted commas. Now it removes the inverted commas. What is the output you are going to get? 123.4. 123.4 is an int type. Huh? No. So it is going to throw the error. I can't do this one. Just it will remove the inverted commas. If the after removing the inverted commas, output is making sense according to the data type, it will give the output. Otherwise, it will throw the error. Now let us go with the float. Now float also will remove the inverted commas. Now after removing the inverted commas, what is the output? 123.4. Whether it is a float type? Yes. So it is possible. So it will give the output. Now if you ask the bool, tell me what is the answer for the bool now? Bool of anything is considered as true only, other than 0. Now let us go with the next example, SIVA. Now let us add the int of S. Now tell me, if I remove the inverted commas, what is the output I am going to get? SIVA. SIVA is int type. No, no. So it is going to throw the error. Now float. If I remove the inverted commas, what is the output I am going to get? One SIVA. Whether it is a float type? No. So it is going to throw the error. Now if I ask bool, what is the output? True. Is the point is clear? Now the interview question comes. Can a string can be converted to int or not? Yes or no? This is the question. A string can be converted. Interview question. Can a string can be converted to int or not? Most of the students, what they say answer as no. It is not possible. Can a string can be converted? Means they'll think that string means Shiva. And Shiva can be converted to int means it is not possible. They'll think like that and they'll say answer as no. But answer is it is possible. Interview question. What is the interview question is, can a string data type, string can be converted to bool, converted to int or not? Can be converted to int? Answer is yes. If condition is, if string consists of only numerical value, numerical data, only numbers. If string consists of all characters, as numbers, then it is possible. If one dot is available also, it cannot be converted. Okay. If the string consists of all the characters as numbers only, every character, if the string consists of every character as number, then only. If one character is different also, it cannot convert to int. That is the answer. Otherwise, no. If S is only if the string consists of every character as the number. How many characters are there? Every character should be number only. One character is different also, it will give the output as error. Now let us take an example here. S1, 2, 3. Every character is in the number? No. Then when I'm asking in terms of try to convert as a int, it is going to throw the error. Any one character, sir, one character dot is there also, it will throw the error. Every character should be number only. Then only it will be converted to int. Is the points are clear now? So this is called as typecasting, converting from one data type to another data type. Okay. And next one is, based on this typecasting, we are having one question like this. So you have to write the point called as, in Python, first right side part will be executed. Right side part will be executed and followed by left side variable, assigned. In Python, first right side part will be executed, followed by left side variable will be assigned. So right side first, left side first means right side is first, followed by left side. Sir, what is the meaning of this? Let's take an example. X is equal to 10. In the next line, I'm writing x is equal to x plus 40. First right side part, left side part. If left side part means 10 is equal to 10 plus 40, that is 10 is equal to 50. So it is not going to do like that. First right side part, that is 10 plus 40. First it will complete. After completing this one, now it will assign to the left side what are the variable is there. It will assign to that one. If the previously same variable is available, the previous one will be deleted. If it is not available, okay. If it is available, previous one will be deleted. Right? That is first step. First point. In Python, the first right side part will be executed, followed by left side variable will be assigned. Now, coming to the second, same in Python, when we have multiple brackets, inner bracket is executed first. Inner bracket is executed first. Inner bracket is executed first. And this concept is called as functional programming. This concept name is called as functional programming. So when you are having internally multiple brackets, it is going to execute the inner bracket first. Sir, inner brackets first, okay. Left side inner brackets or right side? Left side anyways, brackets will not be possible. Variable name cannot consist of brackets. Only right side only the bracket should be available. Variable name cannot have the bracket. It accepts only underscore as the special character. Now, if you understand this example, now see here, A is equal to 14. Now, bool of, string of, float of, bool of A. Now, which one will be executed first? That is bool of, string of, float of, bool of A. Now, first bool of A. Now, what is bool of A means? Bool of 14. First, it will take the bool of 14. What is bool of 14? True. So, bool of, string of, float of, true. That is the one. Now, after that, which one will be executed? Float of true. What is the float of true output? 1.0. Because output should be float type. It cannot give only 1. 1.0. So, bool of, string of 1.0. Now, which one will be executed? String of 1.0. String of 1.0 what? Just it adds the inverted commas 1.0 like this. Now, bool of string of 1.0. What is the output? True. That is the answer. And this is the question given in the certification based on today's class. Is the point is clear, guys? Everyone? So, whenever you are having multiple brackets, that is multiple functions, inner the function, one more function, inside that one more function, inside that one more function, then it is called as functional programming. The concept is called as functional programming. And inner function will be executed first. Everything is clear now? And now tell me, guys, what is the output of this? Int of 12.3.4.9, which is in the string. What is the output of this? Huh? So int means what it has to do? It has to remove the inverted quotes. And after removing the inverted quotes, what is the output you are going to get? 12.3.4.9. Whether it is int type? No. So automatically value error. Now what is this one? Int of 23.45. Just 23. What is this one? Again, 12.3.4. Inverted commas are removed. Inverted commas removed means 12.3.4. 12.3.4 is not considered as the float. It is going to throw the value error. Now, what is this one? Bool of internally string is there, something. True. But it is empty string. Not even one character is there. At least one character should be there. It is an empty string means equal to 0 characters. It is nothing but equal to 0 characters. Minimum one character should be there. Any character, but one minimum. You take dot also okay. But one character should be there. Anything is okay. So if you type space, if you take question mark, if you type in terms of anything also, one character should be there, including the space also true. But one character, minimum one character should be there. Empty, if no character is there, it is called as empty string. Empty means nothing. Nothing means false. 0 meaning is also nothing. So automatically it is the false. Is the point is clear? So this is in terms of data types. And that too fundamental data types. Now, sir, earlier you told that fundamental data types can store single value. What is meant by, see here Siva is there. Siva is a single value or multiple values means single value only because the starting quote and ending quote is the last. Between one quote to another quote, whatever you are having is called as value. That is one value. So I'm having Siva. At the same time, I'm also having the Rama. Now, tell me this one. Okay, I'm going to write here. Siva. Okay, comma. Inside that only Rama also. This one is Siva, comma. Again, one more separate quotes, Rama. Now, what is the difference between this one and this one means? This is considered as a single value. This is considered as two values. This, if you assign this one to a variable, s is equal to, and if you ask as a type of s, it will give the string data type because it is a single value. The same thing if you assign to s is equal to, and now if you ask what is the type of s, it is going to give the output as tuple because it is a multiple values. Advanced data types. This is single value, that is multiple values. Whatever you are writing within the quotes, starting quote within the ending quote, whatever you write, it is called as value. Here you are writing one of them and followed by another separate you are writing now one more time. So different, two of them are different, two values. When you are having more than one value, it comes under advanced data types, or which are also called as containers. Containers means containing multiple things. In that, what are the things we are having is list, tuple, set, and dictionary. These are the four. These four comes under advanced data types, and we'll move on to the advanced data types in the next class. In today's class, we'll focus only on the fundamental data types. Next topic we are going to discuss is called as input function. And that important, why it is important? Because next topic is input function. Now, what is meant by input function? This is also one of the function. Like similarly other functions, this is also one of the function. See here, in this Jupyter notebook, the moment I open the Jupyter notebook, can you see here, along with the code output also can you visible? But I don't want to see the outputs because I want to conduct the class now. If class, when I'm discussing in the class, if the output is directly available, then what is the use of that? I can't ask the question to the student now. So what I'm going to do means kernel restart, means again restart everything, but clear the outputs only. No need to execute them. Run all means execute everything. Clear output means it will only clear the outputs and everything will be as is. Inputs will be as is, but outputs will be erased. See, ports will be as is, but outputs are erased. That is clear output, meaning of clear output. For example, if I click on the run all, means everything one by one automatically it runs. You don't need to run. It will only run automatically everything. That is run all. So here I'm going to clear the output. Output means outputs are cleared. Ports will be as is, but output will not be visible. Is the point is clear? Now, so if you take here x is equal to 10, okay, why we are going with the input function means earlier without input function we are directly assigning the value to a variable. We are only assigning the value to a variable. What are the variable? We are assigning the value directly. Don't assign the value directly. Ask the user to enter the value. Ask user to enter the value. You don't write directly. For example, if I ask the student, what is your name? Name is equal to, your name is SRK. Okay, write SRK like this. Instead of writing SRK like that, ask the user only. User will enter that one. What are the name? He will only enter. Why to ask and why to write directly like this? So second option is asking the user to enter the value. One is you are entering directly. You enter directly. Second one is asking the user to enter the value. Now I'm asking the user to enter the value. So x is equal to, instead of writing 10 like this, I'm asking the user to enter. So now x is equal to input of empty brackets. Now which part will be executed first? Right side or left side? Right side part will be executed. Right side, what is there? Input function is there. What is meant by input function means one rectangular box. The meaning of input means asking the user to enter. So I'm entering here some 10. Now after entering the 10, now x will store the 10. Now if I ask in terms of x value, what is the x value means? Print x value. It is going to give the 10. Now here the most important point to be noted is, what is the type of x? Means by default it will take the string. Whatever you enter inside the box, it will store as a string only. Sir, you have entered 10, no sir. 10 means int, no sir. It will take as a like this. X is equal to this one. Instead of taking X is equal to this one, it will take like this. Sir, but it has to convert as a int, no sir. Convert. You are having typecasting now. That is the reason first I have explained for you the typecasting. And after typecasting, I have explained for you the, what I have explained? Functional programming. Now, for example, int of input of X is equal to. Now tell me which part will be executed first? Right side. In the right side, multiple brackets are there. Which one will be executed first? Input function. Now I am going to enter the input as string 10. String 10 will be converted to int. Now what is the output? A 10. That will be assigned to the X finally. Is the point is clear? To understand this one only, I told you the typecasting and functional programming earlier. That is the order of preparation. Is the point is clear now? So just I am writing here. See, X is equal to input of, and I'm asking what is the type of X. Here itself I'm asking what is the type of X also. So first line will be executed. First right side part, that is box 10. So what it is going to do means X is equal to 10, which is string type. Now what is the type of X? Second one, second line is, what is the type of X means it is going to give the string data type. Now the same thing, copy, and I'm pasting here. Okay, now what I'm going to do means here int of input of. Now the same, now right side part input, one more time rectangular box only. I'm going to enter 10 only. Now same string of 10, but the string of 10 will be converted to int, that is normal 10, and that will be stored in the X. Now what is the type of X means? Int data type. That is the difference between above and below. Points are clear? Now next question comes. Sir, you are writing input function like this, okay. And here you are entering some value, that is also okay. Now once you executed, one rectangular box comes like this, but internally we have to write number, age, name, education, what we have to write. If you give an empty box like that, what I have to write? I may write anything now. A, S, D, F, G, H, like this I'm writing. You didn't ask what to enter now. So if you want to ask what to be entered, here you are going to write input of what to be entered. That one you write inside inverted commas. Enter your name. So now whatever you have written inside the inverted commas, that will be printed before to the box, so that the user will understand what he has to enter. So enter your name is clearly printed now. So I'm going to enter my name only. Why I'll enter 24 or 26 my age, or why I'll enter my education, or why I'll enter my experience or anything. Clearly it was mentioned that enter your name. So I'm entering my name as SRK. So for example, here you are writing enter your age. It will print that enter your age like that. And I'm going to enter the value. What are the values there? I'm going to enter the value like 26. Whatever it is, example purpose. As everyone knows, my age is not 26. Example purpose only. Right? So after having 12 years of experience, how age will be 26 only. Okay? Right? Now, next. So enter your age, or enter your name, or enter your number of years of experience, whatever it is, whatever writing here, it will be printed. So now tell me this one, in the next line, when I'm writing, which part will be executed, right side or left side? Right side. In the right side, input is there. Inside the input, again bracket internal is there. So which one will be executed means first this one will be executed, followed by this one, and finally it will be stored in this one. So enter your name. I'm enter the SRK. Now what is X means? It is going to store the string SRK. Right? Now see, F is equal to int of input of enter your age. So int is there, input is there, bracket is there, inside something is there. So which one will be executed first? Enter your age is the first one. Followed by input. Input means box. Followed by int. Then followed by F. If everything is correct on the right side, then finally F. If anything mistake goes on the right side, it will throw the error simply. It will not store in the F. So enter your age. I'm entering the age as 26. After converting to int, now F will be stored as 26. And what is the type of F? Int type or string type? Int type. Right? Sir, now for example, enter your age you are entering, sir. In the enter your age, you are entering 24.5, sir. Now, instead of entering 24 or 25, you are entering 24.5. Something like this. 24 years, 5 months. Okay, something like this you want to enter. Now what happens? First, it will take the 24.5 in string type and int. Now what is output? Earlier we have tried in the typecasting this one. What is output we get? 24.5 will get a. So just no, even that one also you can't get now. Dot is there now. When it is removing the inverted commas, when it is remove the inverted commas, what is the output? 24.5. 24.5 comes under int type. No, it is value error. Earlier only I have told you now. Just few minutes back I have discussed and I told you this one. When we are having this this example or all these examples I have discussed, right? This one. So whenever you are having one dot also, and I have written even that one interview question also clearly, right? If the string consists of every character as number only, it will convert to int. Otherwise, it will throw the error. So here only numbers are there or anything else is there? So when you are entering here, 24.5 dot is there now. So it cannot be converted to int. And it is going to throw the error. Sir, then what we have to do? Float. Okay, float. Sir, okay, after writing the float like this, FLOAT. So here I'm entering 24. Then what it is going to store means 24.0. If I enter 24.5, so 24.5 will be stored. Earlier 24.0, now 24.5. Sir, no sir. For example, one more time. This one only one more time. Enter your age. I'm entering 24 guys. 24 means string 24. String 24 is converted to float like this. Float of string 24. What is the output you are going to get is 24.0. And that is stored in the F. F is equal to. Now, if I write F same way, F is equal to float of. Instead, if I write 24.5. Okay, 24.5. Now F is going to store the 24.5. Okay, now let us take here 24.5. And let me print F. And also I'm printing the type of F. Print inside that type, inside that F. Now which one will be executed first? First it will take the F value. For that it will apply the type. Later it will print that one. Okay. Now I'm entering here 24. So it is 24.0. Automatically it is giving the type as float type. Now if I'm entering here 24.5, it is taking as 24.5. Again, that is also float only. But my question is, my requirement is not like this. If a person has entered 24 means it has to take as int. If the person has entered float means it has to take automatically as float. If the person has entered boolean means it has to take automatically as the boolean. Automatically. Other than string, it has to take automatically everything. Then we are going to write that one as eval. The function name is eval. Eval means evaluate. It will evaluate automatically. So now see here, input of. Same thing. Copy, paste. I will copy and I will paste here. Instead of writing here float or int, I will write the eval. Now see here, first I am entering 24 only. Now it has 24, it should not consider as 24.0, it should not be considered as float also. 24 I have entered means it has to store as int 24, it has to take the data type also 24 only, see. When I have entered here, what happened? Same 24, it is taking as 24.0 float type. But when I have entered here 24, it is considering as the int type. Now here when I'm entering here 24.5, it is considering as float. Here also when I'm entering 24.5, it is considering as float type. So automatically it has to take. That is called as eval. And eval has to use when you are trying to enter other than string. For example, inside that you are trying to enter the string only, then it is going to throw the error. Other than strings, when you are asking to enter, in that case, use the eval. For example, I am trying to enter with respect to true, and it is taking automatically as the boolean. You can enter int, you can enter float, you can enter boolean, but don't enter the string. So see, for example, you are trying to ask the application form website. In the website name, you are asking the name of the person. Tell me name of the person means what we will be there? Stringa, inta, floata. Obviously, it is going to be the string only na. So just you can ask the input of enter your name only. Why to ask unnecessarily eval function or anything you have to write? For this, don't write. For example, next one is experience. Now experience, the person may enter int or float. Anything he may enter. We don't know. So in this case, eval. He will not enter text na. That is clear na. It is, we are going to write the eval. Sir, some stupid people will be there na. If they are having 1 year of experience, they'll write one like this na. In that case, so we'll write a program. If all of them are as per the data types only, the submit button has to work. Otherwise, it has to throw the error. This one, it will give the clearly after entering like this, down submit button will be there. Na? Once you try to click on the submit, it will give in the red way here and only enter numerical values. Enter only numeric. Don't enter anything else. In the website, they will mention like that. When you try to enter anything else, it will throw the error. The program we have to write like that. That is not one line of code. That is program. So it will check automatically if everything are as per the data types. If everything is as per the data types, only submit button will work. If anything is not as per the data type, it will give that please, and this is the reason, and enter. Then the person is going to enter. Is the points are clear? Input function is clear now, everyone? So this is with respect to input functions. Input functions and data types along with the typecasting. And next concept. So I have explained int, float, boolean, string, and along with the typecasting. And also I explained the input function. When you are trying to input function, int of, float of, or you can use eval of. For example, int of, input of, you are using like this. Then what happens? It will convert that one to int data type. If you use float, float of, input of, whatever you are entering, it will convert to float data type. If you are using bool of, input of, then what it is going to have? Boolean data type. Right? Now, as one of the student is asking in the chat box, what is the question? Why it is not taking as a string? Dinesh, which one? Vaibhav is asking, sir, can I get the today's class recording? I have joined the class thread. Vaibhav, you have to contact the admin regarding this. Okay? You have to contact the admin. And admin will check that one. Where if it is a valid reason, they will give the recording at free of cost. If it is not a valid reason, they cannot give. So see, for example, if the student joins lately, okay, he will come to the class lately, 9:30, and he'll ask me, sir, I have came lately, sir, could you explain one more time? At least Vaibhav has asked a recording. He is not asking to me explain. Now, if I start explaining for that student one day, for that student, if I do, next day, one more student will come. For that student also I have to do now. Later, third day, one more student will come. That also I have to do now. You are thinking from one student point of view. We will think from the overall student's point of view. If you give the permission for one student, it has to be impacted for all the students. For example, if admin gives the recording for this particular student today's class, tomorrow one student will come lately. If you go lately, also not a problem. In Naresh IT, they'll give the recording. They'll take casually, right? Whether it is a genuine reason or not, we don't know. Some people will be 100% genuine. At the same time, some people will use the lenience. So from Naresh IT point of view, just they will focus with the overall students. If I give for one student, tomorrow whether other students will ask this question or not, they'll check, cross check. And if they feel correct only, they will give the recordings or they will give the something else. For example, if any students say that, sir, I was absent for this, could you repeat for me? Or I'm late for this, if you repeat for me, miss, tomorrow, today you, tomorrow one more person. Is the points are clear, guys? So today we have completed 2 topics and please check once. Sir, while entering the age as 24 in the evolve function, then it should also show as a string, not as a int as earlier. Could you please explain this? See. Now, one of the student is asking this one. So here, first come to the line 1. We'll focus on the line 1 only. Forget about the line 2, line 3. It is not there. Let's remove this. Here only line 1 is there. For that too, first right side part. In the right side part, enter your age. So it is printed. Input. Input means box. Inside the box 24. Okay, 24. I have entered like this. Now after entering, here eval is there. Here neither int is there, float is there, or boolean is there, anything is there. Eval is there. Eval means it will understand internally what is there. Internally, if something numerical data without decimal is there, means it will take automatically int type. If internally 24.5 is there, something numerical data with decimal is there, it will take automatically as the float type. If internally anything boolean is there, it will convert as the boolean data type. According to the value inside the string, it will convert that one. The code was written internally like that. Is the point is clear? Done. Next, x is equal to 10, x is equal to input. How the value is assigned to the RHS in this case? So once right side part was completed, input function, you are writing the input function, one box will come. In the box, whatever you are writing, once right side part is completed, finally it will assign to the left side part. Simply it is going to work like this. First it will focus on the right side. Once right side is completed, just it will assign to the left side. Finally. Right? If any questions are there, please ask. Otherwise, you can leave today. Tomorrow, there is no class. Saturday, there will be no class. Okay? Classes will be only from Monday to Friday. Every Saturday, there will be no class. Every Saturday, you will have the test. Whenever the complete concepts are completed, test will be there. As of now, we have completed only the basic part now. So there is no test. But next Saturday, you will have the test. Next Saturday, you will have the test. By that time, we will complete the content. Yes, I have shared the task also. I am going to share you the task. After the class, please go through your drive in the Google Classroom, whatever the drive is there. Already I have explained for you that. And any student has missed that one, you can go through this one. Here, whatever the sentences are there, please take a photo. Whoever has missed the previous class, take a photo of that. And coming to the task, I'm going to share you the task like this. Okay, some questions will be from variable, some questions will be from data types and strings. So I'm going to share the Jupyter notebook, task, and you have to complete the task. And you don't need to reply for me. You don't need to share back to me. Whenever I'm sharing any task, the solutions of the task also will be uploaded by me only at the end of the day. You no need to share your answers to me. Once I only share the answers, you have to cross check yourself. Sir, for example, if I cross check myself and I have got less marks, but in the class I'm saying that out of 50, I have got basically 10 correct answers. But in the class, I have told you 45 correct answers I have given. How you are going to check that one, sir? Whom you are bluffing? For what purpose you are bluffing? If you bluff me, what you will get? If in the assignment you get a out of 50, I'm going to give any gold medal for you? No, na. Whether I'm going to give any job for you directly? No, na. Whether I'm going to print anything on the certificate marks? No, na. At least in the colleges, we are copying from others or we are doing something means because marks are there, the marks will be impacted on our certificate. Internal marks or external marks or something. Here, nothing is there now. Why to copy unnecessarily? You are not the school students. I'm not the school teacher. If you practice, you will get the job. If you don't practice and bluff yourself, you will not going to get the job. Your career, your wish. What I have to do? You are not interested for your career, miss. Why I have to be interested? You are only taking very light for your career. You are not practicing. Now, after the class, actually, I have to say that please go to the lab and practice. If you are a school children like LKG, I used to take you to the lab also. Now, should I do that one? You don't know the importance of practice. If you practice, you will understand more concepts very clearly. And if you understand more concepts, you will get the job. You don't know that logic. That one also I only have to tell her. You are in that age. You don't know what is meant by practice. You don't know what is importance of practice. You don't know if you go to the lab, what will happen. If you practice every day, what will happen, you don't know. But still you are not doing, miss. But still you are not doing, miss. What is the meaning of that? Your laziness or your importance for others? You are giving the importance for your Instagram or WhatsApp or something rather than lab. That is your personal choice. What I have to do with that? Tell me. Now at the same time, tomorrow I'm going to conduct the test. In the test, you are copying from the others. Okay, you out of 100, you got really 70. Additionally, you copied from others 10 marks and you got 80 now. What is the use of that additional 10 marks for you? You know internally now how much you are worth of. Though you got 80 marks also, internally you know how much you are worth of. Then why to do the invigilation? Why we have to do everything? Everything is self. If you are self-motivated, or I mean, if we are following the ethics and morals, automatically everything will be there. No, sir. If I copy, if I keep the cheats also 100 out of 100 only is important, miss. Do you are cheating yourself? Tomorrow you will only not get the job now. Everyone knows. If you are having the subject, you will get the job. If you are not having the subject, you will not get the job. Every Lilliput also knows this one. Is the points are clear? So I'm going to share the assignments or tasks, and whenever you are finding the free time, practice them and keep the answers with you. And once I share the answers, cross check yourself and write the marks, how much marks you have got. Sincerely. One question if you have copied also, that is not yours. No, sir, I will copy by default from my school childhood onwards. I'm a copycat person. By default, exam is copy only. My habit means continue. I can't do anything. Enjoy. Okay, choice is yours. Done, guys. That is the end of the session. And if you are having any questions, you can ask. What are the questions you are having? You can please ask. Otherwise, you can leave. Ah, already uploaded. Check once. Check once. Code Python. Open Code Python folder. If not, just in 5 minutes, I'll upload. Just give me 1-2 minutes on it. Just now only. I'll upload now itself.